Hi dear students. So we have reached at the end of this lesson. The last topic, that is heating effect of electric current. Okay. So this is the last concept. And in this video you are going to learn about what is heating effect of electric current, Joule's law of heating and its formula, then the applications of heating effect of electric current and electric power and expression for electric power. So let's start a lesson. So we will start lesson through a small introduction. Okay, see students, this picture tells about the working of electrical gadgets, right? You see blades of fan that rotates, then the blades of mixture, and finally the electric heater. So do you think about the working of all these gadgets? How do they work? Yes, anything comes in your mind now? Yes. So in today's class, let's discuss the working of all these electrical gadgets. How does they work? Okay. Yes. See, this is nothing but battery, and we know that the main source of electrical energy is battery, that is a group of a cell. So battery is the main source. Okay, and this battery consists several chemicals in it. For example, here you can see lithium oxygen compound, then lithium ion, then the carbon, then the magnesium oxide, etc. etc. So all these are the chemicals, and due to this chemicals inside the battery, the chemical reaction takes place. Okay, mainly this chemical energy. So battery produces chemical energy, and that chemical energy is converted into a electrical energy. Okay, so because of this reaction inside the battery, that produces potential difference between two terminals. Okay, see, battery consists two terminals, that is positive and negative, cathode and anode, and the chemicals inside the battery generates the potential difference. So what is potential difference? It is the pressure. Okay, pressure exerted inside the battery, and this pressure makes electron to move in the circuit. That is, the potential difference, it makes the electron to move in the circuit. Okay, see, if we off the switch also, there will be a movement of a electron. And also we learned that in the circuit there will be a flow of current. So mainly the flow of current is because of potential difference in the battery. Remember that. And by this we can conclude that the source, that is battery, maintains overall current in the circuit. Okay, I'll repeat. The main source of electrical energy, that is battery, maintains the current in the circuit. See here, you'll see that the glowing of bulb, mainly this is because of the movement of the electron, and that movement is caused by the potential difference inside the battery. Okay, so I hope this much is cleared. Now, as I told you, the battery maintains the current. So how it maintains the current? How it is possible? Okay, see, I'll give a small example. Like we manage our studies, right? So how do we manage our studies? By reading, learning, writing, right? That is, we do some amount of work, isn't it? And how do we do the work? How it is possible? Through the energy, right? To do all these work, we need energy. Similarly, to do the work, like these electrical devices works, right? These devices works, mainly this is due to the energy that is supplied by the battery. Okay, like we get energy through the food, right? Similarly, these electrical devices gets the energy through battery. Okay, now battery provides energy to the electrical appliances, but battery, it has to be keep using the energy, means it must supply continuously, it must supply the energy continuously to the devices, to in the circuit. But where does this energy is utilized? How all these electrical gadgets utilizes the energy? Okay, some part of energy that is consumed into a useful work. Okay, for example, the rotation of the blades like fan, mixer, grinder, etc. Okay, that is the small amount of energy is utilized in the useful work. But some other part of energy is converted into a heat that raises the temperature of the object. For example, if we keep our mobile phone for charging, after sometimes that becomes warm, right? Or if we use our mobile continuously, the mobile becomes hot, warm. This is due to the energy that is changed into a heat. Okay, and due to this the temperature rises. Okay, and there are also possible that some electrical appliances, it is highly resistive. In some circuits are very highly resistive, means resistance will be more. In that case, the entire energy is dissipated into heat. That means the energy is converted into a heat which is dispersed in the air. Okay, and this phenomenon is called heating effect of electric current. Okay, so what is heating effect of electric current? The current in the conductor that provides energy in the form of heat, and this phenomenon is called heating effect of electric current. So I'll read the answer now. What is heating effect of electric current? When an electric current is supplied to a purely resistive conductor, remember, purely resistive conductor means that circuit is highly resistance, means it have high resistance, inductive, you can also call as a inductance, and the energy of the current is dissipated. Here the dissipated means the energy is dispersed into the air in the form of heat, like wasted, we can say that wasted energy is wasted. Energy current, the energy is dissipated entirely in the form of heat, and as a result the resistors gets heated. Okay, and this phenomenon is called a heating effect of electric current, and it is also called as Joule's law of heating, and this is important. Either you'll get the problems regarding this topic, or you will get the definition of this topic. Sometimes you may also get the formula, derivation of the formula. Okay, now how can we know that this much of energy is consumed by the electrical gadgets? Like, how can we calculate how much amount of heat is produced in the circuit? Yes, there is a formula. Okay, through that formula we can think of how much of heat is utilized in the circuit. Okay, let's derive that formula. Consider this circuit. Here the current I flowing through the through a resistor of a resistance R. Okay, current I is flowing through the resistor R. Let the potential difference across it be V, and let T be the time during which Q charges flow across. So the work done in moving the charge Q through a potential difference V is what? Work done. This we already learnt in the earlier classes, right? So work done is equal to the product of potential difference and charge, that is V into Q. Okay. Okay, see, I will derive the formula now. Okay, work done is equal to V into Q, right? So V is, according to Ohm's law, V is equal to what? I into R. Okay, and Q, see, in the first class we learned about the current, right? So what is current? It is the flow of charges, right? That is I is equal to rate of flow of charges, Q by T. Now if I rearrange this formula, Q becomes I times T, that is I into T. Okay, this is according to the Ohm's law and this is according to the current. Now these terms I'll substitute here. Okay, let's see what happens. So V is equal to what? I into R. Okay, R, I into R, and Q is what? The product of I into T, that is time and current. Okay, cleared? V is IR, Q is I into T. Now I into I is I square, right? It becomes square. Okay, and then R, that is resistance, and T, time. See, this work done is nothing but the energy supplied by the source. Okay, work done is equal to the, what is work done? The energy supplied, right? So energy supplied by the source, and this is same as that of energy that is dissipated in the resistor as a heat. Okay, so this is nothing but the energy that is used in the form of heat in the resistor. Remember, bulb, fan, mixer, grinder, all these opposes the flow of current and they are also called as resistors. Okay, so the heat that is produced in the circuit is equal to the product of I square R and T, and this is also called as Joule's heating. See, in the textbook some other derivation is given, but derivation is not important. The formula is important. Based on this you may get the question, numerical problems. Okay, let's revise it again. Okay, expression for work done in the conductor. So work done is equal to product of Q into V, where Q is I times T and V is I into R. So when you substitute all these terms in Q and V, we get I square R into T. So this is also called as Joule's law. Okay, remember Joule's law. So now you are able to define what is Joule's law of heating. Okay, Joule's law of heating is nothing but the heat, the current in the circuit is converted into heat, and this is equal to the product of square of current and resistance and time. Now how this is related? So H is directly proportional to I square, that is square of current, and it is directly proportional to the resistance and it is directly proportional to the time for which the current flows through the resistors. I hope this is cleared. Okay, now we'll move on to the next one, that is electric power. So in ninth standard you learnt about the power, right? So power is nothing but rate of a work done, that is work done by T. So in the earlier slide we came to know what is work done. So work done is equal to what? V into work done is equal to, see, power is equal to, okay, I'll go through the plain slide. Okay, see, the work done is equal to power is equal to rate of a work done, right? W by T. W is work done. But in the earlier slide we came to know that work done is equal to product of V into Q and this T, okay, over T. Now Q over T is what? I. So it is V into I. So power is equal to V into I. Remember, V times I. Now what is the unit of power? Watt, okay, it is watt. And now tell me when the power becomes 1 watt? When the 1 ampere of current operated at a potential difference of 1 volt. So when the current becomes 1 ampere and the potential difference will be 1 volt, so the power of that device becomes 1 watt. Okay, so 1 watt is the product of 1 volt into 1 ampere. The unit of power is watt. But in actual practice we use a much larger unit called kilowatt. Okay, so 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watt. So usually in practically we use 1 kilowatt. So 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watt. Okay, since electrical energy is the product of power and time, the unit of electric energy is therefore watt hour. So it is electrical energy, it is the product of voltage and current. So the unit of power, it is watt hour, and 1 watt hour is the energy consumed when 1 watt of power is used for 1 hour. Okay, the commercial unit of electrical energy is kilowatt hour, remember, and it is usually call it as a unit. Okay, now let's see a practical applications of a heating effect of electric current. Heating effect of electric current has many useful applications, like the electric laundry iron. It is this device works by using the principle of heating effect. Then the electric toaster also, and electric kettle and electric heater, all these works using the Joule's heating. And apart from this, there are some devices that also works by using same principle. Let us discuss that. The next device, that is electric bulb. It consists a filament called tungsten. Tungsten gets very hot and it emits light, and also it will not melt at such high temperature. So a strong metal with high melting point it has. So um, this also the works by using this same principle. And the next one is the fuse. Okay, the fuse wire. So usually this fuse is placed in series with the devices, and it consists of piece of wire, and that is made up of a metal or alloy. And if a excess current flows through a circuit, the temperature of this fuse wire increases, and this melts the fuse wire and it breaks the circuit. Mainly the function of fuse in the circuit, it makes and breaks the circuit. Then when the temperature decreases, again that wire connects with the circuit. Okay, so in this way the fuse works. Thank you for watching this video. So in the last class I have given 10 questions as a homework, and PDF of the answers for those questions are given in the description box. uh, Please recheck your answers. Thank you.